I now actually have an AI cameo that can do things as me, you know? So it's more like, yeah, okay. Sometimes I write stuff and they're going to be like, you had an AI write this. No, I wrote that myself. No, this was written by an AI.
That's a
Cool.
funny anecdote. I feel like I've had a similar kind of struggle. One of the things that I noticed when AI started getting really popular was that it sounded a lot like me. And I was like, man, I got to be careful with how I sit because I have a like analytical autistic brain, obviously. And so I think that I like respond to people in the same way that AI does, where it's like very clear and logical. It sets up this structure and whatever. So like I started to realize how some of my like reply guiding on social media or whatever could really be interpreted as just AI generated responses. And so it's like pushed me to be a little bit less analytical and a little bit more like, I don't know, natural speaking, I guess, in comments and writing. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely legit.
Oh my God, Triggs, you basically just echoed my experience in real life. It is so true.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
it's a struggle we all have, but we can share the journey.
Okay, quick organizational coordinational question. Do we have an attendance badge?
Oh, I didn't make one. Shoot. Yeah.
I make
Good
one
question.
quickly, okay? So the thing is, yeah, I'm actually gonna show you some things because we're live. We can talk about shit, right? That's okay. Because Trix is still new and trying to figure out the system, which is not very transparent on my part, so I apologize for that. So there are a few graphics that we need for every call, right? And I usually make them because I don't like, first of all, don't like people roaming around my Figma boards. That's maybe one reason. Okay, I'm going to be horribly honest with this, but also it's just much faster for me than most other people who don't use Figma. So we have a thumbnail image, right, for the recording. We do have this header for the newsletter, which I sent you tricks in the DAO Council chat, by the way. We can have this for post graphic, okay, which is like a sensible quote from the entire call that makes sense to just put out as a quote graphic. And this is the attendance badge. Okay, so I'm putting it together now from the proposed call agenda that you shared. But it would be probably ideal to have the call agenda very early Tuesday morning. I think that's the latest we can have it, so you have time to put together your little graphic, or at least give me a chance to do it for you. Does that make sense? Where are you?
That makes perfect sense. And I also had a question about the attendance badge, which I meant to ask before this call, and that's why I didn't make it yet. Because have you been making it just like from your personal account, or does the attendance badge come from like an official unlock account? So should I just start
No,
making it from my personal account?
you can make it from your personal account, but what we do have is we have something super exciting. What we have in, let me see, something super exciting, and then I cannot find where it is. We actually have event collections. So I'm also going to post this link here, because we should have that. I don't know why this gets completely lost, somewhere. With the attendance badge, but we do not, what the hell? Now I'm like really feeling slightly frustrated for not having this at hand. I'm sorry. So we actually have an event. Aha! I'm posting this in the Council of Stewards post channel, but also posting it here in our little chat. So we do have an actual events collection for DAO events, and that is something you can add to as just a normal person. Okay. So you can just connect and you can say add event, and then you just add the event URL from the event you created. And like this, we have a full overview of all of these different official DAO events. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes total sense. Sounds great. So just to be clear, you're going to make the badge for this week, and then starting next month, I'll start making the badges. Perfect.
Yes, correct. The graphics I can always help you with. I'm also helping like Stacey with the graphics and shit. So that's just something you just throw in my direction. Like, Agenda's online, make graphic, girl. Okay, and then I send you the graphic.
Cool. Will do.
Awesome. Okay, now it's.
All right. Well, I think then we should probably just get kicked off. It doesn't sound like we're waiting for anybody else to show up necessarily. So welcome to the monthly roundup of the Unlocked DAO. So we have some great updates. I think that we're probably gonna start off with Stella, unless you would like to not go first, so that you're not the first person to talk right away.
Yes, can we get Sissy in front of me, because some of my agenda points are also very tightly anchored to her, and I think maybe she would want to share them. So
perfect.
Sissy,
all right,
you take it away and you talk about everything that's important in marketing.
Yeah, sure. So, well, we decided long ago that we were going to collaborate with some KOLs, and we basically approved our KOL campaign with the Rise Up Morning Show, which is composed by 3 people that are very focused on education on Web3. And today was our first appearance at their live show on TikTok, YouTube, and X. So it was really nice. We had this show this morning at almost 9 a.m., if I'm not mistaken. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. I am now really confused about hours. So let's keep it on the morning. And but yeah, it was really nice. On TikTok, we had an audience from about very varying audience, between 80 to 130 people live at that moment. We basically covered everything: what is Unlock, what does it does, and basically did a live demo. Here Stella have made a ticket, an event ticket for today's show, so it was really nice. People started minting their NFT. And yeah, there was so many great questions during the show that we basically kept it very basic and simple, considering that not all the audience is Web3 native. But there were very advanced questions in the audience, so I think it caught the eye of people that are not necessarily in a basic situation. So that's nice, because they are starting to think, maybe we can use Unlock to do this stuff. So that was nice. Maybe Stella, you want to give a little bit of your POV about today?
Yeah, sure. No, I thought we had a really great session with them. I mean, there is good reason why Ceci and I thought they were way to go compared to like all of these other influencers that are a lot of money. You give like super returns on, let's say, a token price for a certain amount of time, and then crashes down again. But we think going with them, their authentic interest in the technology, it just feels like a long-term sustainable relationship that can be built with them. And I don't know about you, Sissy, but I'm always getting a little bit butterflies, not in our DAO calls, because that feels like home, obviously. But definitely when I'm getting on other calls, I always feel like I'm gonna do well. Will the token press? I don't know. Like there's just a bunch of questions that go through my mind. And Evan immediately took this away. He was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a really nice chat." And I was like, "Oh, cool." We talked about the protocol. I get fired and flamed for that anyway. So yeah, I had a good time. I think I only saw the conversions on TikTok specifically, and that's the numbers that Stacey told us about. That's just our account, right? So we don't know what this has yet done on their accounts. We don't know what it has done to our other accounts. We will see this after the first month. But I want to say numbers are up is always a positive turnout.
Yeah, totally agree. And also, something to point out is that, what we have established with Rise Up Morning Show is not only like just this one show and that's it. This is something that is going to be like a long relationship, at least for these 3 months. So, and they are really committed to also use Unlock on their and with their community, because they want to set up some memberships, they want to set up some scholarships, and they want to use Unlock for that. So, in the case of scholarships, that's something that is still pending, because they need to figure out how they will do it. But they are going to start first with memberships, which is nice because these memberships that they will offer are basically paid memberships, and obviously that gives the protocol obviously an income. But more of what we are inclined, and definitely we look for, is that they can use the protocol and start showing this, how they have used it, and show it to their community. So this first show has been really good because of that, because they already have established that they are going to do some stuff with us, and they have launched basically our partnership live at their show. And now we are coordinating for the next things to come. And definitely one of that is basically Dev Connect, because they are going to be at Dev Connect, especially Evan and Alex, right? Stella, I'm not sure if Will is going to go.
Either, but I know Evan is definitely going, and Alex was planning to go too. And Evan immediately said, "Hey, you guys are there. We should meet up. We should make some, short content." He also is uploading the entire stream from today to, I think, a Dropbox, so we can take it from there. He was also going to tag us in some shorts that he's taking from this session for his own accounts. So I know there was some, I think, like people, especially from token holder side, they were quite worried about them just focusing on growing runs with us instead the other way around, because their individual accounts have much more following. But no, like the stream today on TikTok, it was through Evan's personal account, and I was on there on the split screen and saying hi, and they heard everything that Ceci and I were talking about. So this is what we wanted to take previously out of people's worries and say, no, this is their baby. So they're investing it from also their individual accounts, and it's already happened on the first engagement, in the first activation we did with them. So I hope this also calms token holders a little bit down.
Yes, correct. So yeah, that also, besides this partnership, I think there are some things that we will be able to also use with these other partnerships that are right now live, and we are starting coordinations, like the Metopia partnership, which has gone approved on Tally. It was executed right now. So now we are coordinating actions, and they already have set a list of points that we are going through to make this launch also a success. They are proposing to do it on the 20th of November, which I find it nice because also we are at DevConnect and we may be able to also just put it right there and get people to get engaged on that. So that's something that we could use also. And definitely having that kind of clear guidelines that from their side is also really nice to have a proposal that they are really engaged and wanting to have more things. And that leads us also to this new phase that we are going to have. We are already having all the merge set up for DevConnect and the merge store that we are going to have soon, maybe after DevConnect. So here you have Stella showing up some of the merge that is already prepared. So those are the t-shirts, the hats, and the pins, which are really nice because we are using the use cases as pins. Also yes, exactly, the membership, subscriptions, ticketing, and certifications. And obviously the DAO, the steward roles and the crew, cabin crew roles. So those are really special. In the case of the steward, pins are in a bit of a fancy. I'm not sure what's the material that we selected for that, Stella.
It's called resinado. It's just, it's essentially, it's a sublimation print on metal. I'm sorry. I'm so bad. I'm not a makeup influencer. Otherwise I would know how to do this. And it comes with like a resin covering, and that's how it looks from the back. So yeah, it's a little bit more fancy because, well, stewards just have to do a little bit more of the hacken, as we would say in Austrian German. A little bit more of the work.
Yeah, so basically that, and also here are a little bit more of the merch that we are going to have too. So if you are watching on our live stream and you want some of these at DevConnect, yes, you will need to work a little bit for that, but you will get it. So yeah.
It's very limited supply though, so I suggest you guys find us early on.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. What else? Anything else from your side?
No, well, just to clarify that we have already set up some and prepped some quests to be given on DevConnect. So we are basically going to do some guerrilla marketing over there. And if you find us, you will be able to get some of this cool stuff just by engaging with us, engaging with our accounts, and obviously doing these quests that are going to be really, really interesting. And get your fantastic merch home. That would be it from marketing.
Awesome. Thank you, CC. That was great. Exciting to hear all those updates, and great work on the merch, you two. That is really exciting. I'm sure everybody is going to be thrilled at DevConnect. It'll be the talk of the town. So quick reminder, if you guys didn't catch it in the chat, the attendance badge is live. Thank you, Stella, for whipping that together. So make sure you grab your attendance badge. It's in the chat, links in the chat there. And let's move on with continued updates. So Stella, do you want to take it away with some of the rest of the operations?
Sure. So thank you, Trix, by the way. Okay, so Metopia was already mentioned and requesting, so we're good on that. I know that Trix and Anupa either already got on a call this week or will get on a call this week for the ambassador program. That was delayed because Stella, purposefully talking in the third person about myself, did not remember that she actually made a deform about this. And then I was like, oh, Trix, don't you know we made a deform about this? And it's like, I think deform might be deprecating and sunsetting or whatever. And I was like, oh no, they're still super operational. One day later, I swear to God, I got the email that it's deprecating. I'm like, oh my God. So I boosted his ego by sending him this message and telling him essentially he was absolutely right. So we have to move our forms, I guess, back to Google Forms, which is such a bummer. Boo-hoo, okay? Deformed people, boo-hoo, not cool. We love your product. Man, what the hell? So if you guys have any recommendations, I know Will would probably, or Youngs would probably be the perfect people to ask. So Trix, if you're on a call with them tomorrow, because I probably cannot join again, which sucks, but please ask them if they know of any other decentralized or semi-decentralized form creators. Because we can absolutely use my business account in Google, no problem. I have an endless supply of forms we can host there, but I would prefer not to do it to showcase technology that does make sense, right? Oh yeah, I put it on Polygon. So yeah, you would need to pay gas fees on Polygon. I'm sorry. Sissy's like, I gotta shift some money around. Give me a sec. So yeah, anyway, so if you know something, please tell us. That would be wonderful because the ambassador program is coming along really well. We went from everything to narrowing it down to actually making it digestible for people, which has been a work in progress between me starting it, then Trix taking a lead on making it more narrow, and then Anupa trying to visualize it and make it more digestible. And then at the end of it, I should go over like the format again and polish it a little bit. But I think we're literally getting there. A community dashboard, as you guys might remember, an outcome from DevCamp, DevFest Kampala, where Danny was a mentor as well, really comes to fruition now. So the woman and the man that are working on this, which is Malika and Louis, they've been doing really great work. They were also in close contact with Danny. I've been partially a bottleneck when it came to the visual appearance of the user interface, but trying to be less of a bottleneck about this after DevConnect. And they will probably put out their proposal very, very soon. So give this a thorough look. It's obviously not going to be extremely cheap because it needs a lot of building, right? But it would get us to actually hosting our own community governance dashboard directly on the Unlock website, which I think would be worth it. So when it comes to it, please give this a serious look. It requires a lot of individual steps and a lot of data pulling. So don't underestimate the work that goes into something like this, right? On the same note, I want to say another proposal is probably going to come in very soon on chain from the design iconoclast. I know some of you have also supported his Gitcoin proposal, Unlock plus EAS attestation services. So if you did that, and you might have an added interest in voting his proposal through. He told me that he's really happy with the Gitcoin outcome. He wants to apply for retro funding once the thing is built. That enables him to get some more funds. And I suggested that he applies with us specifically $4,000 worth and up. So he actually holds governance in the protocol because he was impressed by the protocol, which even got him this idea and bringing it up to the DAO. So I think we want people like this to take ownership in the technology. So hence I suggested that as part of his proposal. Then we're working on the next iteration of the 8-bond campaign. Andrew already put together, like I would say, the text part of the proposal. Now it's up to Danny, pushing it onto his shoulders to bring this on chain and making this an actually actionable proposal. He told me that he would try his best to do it this week, which then gives us a good timeline for Julian to review it, hopefully until next Tuesday before the call. So that I think that would be great. And yeah, I think that's everything from my side. I think this is when oh, I should probably do the update for Andrew as well. So finances and resources. The demo with Treasure Corp had to be shifted to next week. So we're doing this next week, Monday. So don't fret, it's coming along, but it was not there this week. And Danny, you want to give an update on a Scout game? I know I sent this only to you yesterday, but maybe you want to say a few words too.
Yeah, I definitely. But before that, I just wanted to give a comment on the eight bond thing because I just wanted to say that I don't really think that there might be any need for further review from Julian's side because what we needed to do the last time was the pull request for the proposal template, like to be able to create that, which has already gone through the review by Clermont and Julian, and so now it's easier to just like take that and just do the thing. And so now we don't really have to go through that whole waiting process anymore because you can actually see the proposal when it's up on chain and all that. So there's that. And then the 8 bond, I'm sorry, not the 8 bond, the scout game.
Wait,
Yeah, I was looking at it. You wanted to say something?
yeah, specifically about this, I actually have a question because I think also last time we split this into two proposals. One that paid the front end fee in USDC, and another one that sent it to the, I don't know how many up we sent last time to the 8 bond contract. Are we going to do it the same way this time?
So,
Because then
what
it's
I'm
two.
going to do is just, hop back in time and look at what exactly was done. The proposal is already in the repo, and so we can see whatever was done as along with the on-chain one, the everything. So I'm just going to go back and look at what exactly was done, and then I'll know exactly what we need to do to like repeat whatever. And if there's any need to have two different proposals or if everything can actually be done in one, then we can just go ahead and have just a single proposal that does both things. So to answer that this conclusively, I need to have a look at it. So maybe on the next DAO call, but for the scout game, I had a look after I saw the message. I think it's really cool. I saw a lot of issues that are already up with the bronze tag and the bounty tag. So I think that there's a lot for people to hop on and do now. I was a little bit confused. I must say there was this certain Kala G or something someone named some mysterious person named Kalaji that was all over the like who's and then I eventually discovered it was you, Stellar, you sneaky. I was like, wait, what? Where did you come up with that name? And okay, so
Well,
yeah,
I can tell you, it's
Someone
not so
came up
secretive anymore.
with
yeah, spill it.
Okay, spill the tea on color. Color, actually, the original one was color 0G. And it used to be my gamer handle because I used to be actually quite good at gaming. But that was like 2000, I don't know, something very early 2000. Okay, 2001. Okay, don't
Oh
blame me.
no!
Anyways, this used to be consistently my gaming handle. So even on Steam, you can find me under that handle. It's just, that's my gamer handle. But it's not secretive anymore because I'm not really
Okay.
doing much in gaming.
Well, I'm hoping we would be able to rope you back into the gaming circles with some of the things we've got planned out at P2E Inferno, but that's on another discussion. So, yeah, just keep your college gaming hat dusted and off the shelf. Okay, so yeah, I saw a bunch of issues already uh, created. I was looking at the Scout Game platform, and since I haven't really spent a lot of time on it, I still need to do a bit more um, browsing of the platform. But the thing is, I couldn't really figure out where the developers or community participants would be able to engage with it, if it's only through the Unlock GitHub, or on the Scout Game platform there's a place where they can find it. So okay, you can do both sides.
It's going to be a bridge essentially. So what the Scout game does, the Scout game essentially it like takes the tag right from the repo and it assigns the specific dollar amount. So we don't have to, essentially what Sissy is going to do through her community, because we supplied Ethereum Bolivia with some funds to actually get this done, or at least a portion of it done until the funds run out, and we can fill it up with DAO funds again if we want to, is essentially that the contracts will be paying out the bounties. So not Julian individually anymore, but this pool is going to pay out the bounties after they have been approved, right? So very new, very different, much more autonomous process, which is essentially the big thing about this, because you just put money in a pool, and then only if people like do stuff and it's been approved, this is when they get the payout, right? If you have any questions, we do have a thread, Dani, in the Discord. I don't know, I can search it for you if you want, but you can also search it. You know how to search. And you can always ping Chris Carella,
Yeah,
right?
I can
Because he's the
definitely.
one who's responsible.
Okay, great. Those are really great information. Chris Carella, I'll remember that. And the thread. So I think I have a bunch of questions, so I'll just save it for that. And when I do take some more time to look at it, I'll also, some other things might pop out. But that's what I do have for now. So I think it's really cool that we are rolling out with a a number of tasks. So coming out guns blazing, really nice. So I'm quite happy that we have it ready too, because some of the things from the tech and innovation side, we want to have it up on Scout Games. So it would be actually cool to have one or two things up there and wait for people to take it on.
Awesome. Thanks for that update, Danny. That was great. Exciting to hear that Scout Game is moving along. I'm thrilled about that one. I think it is a great collaboration, and it's going to be good for both communities. So exciting times. Great work on continuing to push that forward. I know it's a lot of work to make these kind of collaborations happen. It's been a lot of moving pieces for everybody involved. So great teamwork. Continue that. Let's see. I guess that's kind of the rest of the agenda. We're still just waiting for. Oh, Stella has a secret that wasn't on the agenda. So I guess we'll give her a little opportunity, since we're waiting for somebody, for the Rums guy to show up anyway. You can have a non-agenda talking point.
Can have some non-agenda talking points. Okay. So I know we've been talking about this one time before, specifically, I think Ceci and me, and also Danny, because we've been talking, should we have an advent calendar this year again, right? And so everyone I've reached out to, because everyone is so busy with Dev Connect and launching some new features and all of this, I barely get people's attention, like even not like our closest friends communities. They're like, sorry, Stella, just no capacity to think about this. We're going to launch like several features for during Dev Connect, and we need to plan this now, right? So we're not planning it now. It's going to be too late. So I had this little inkling of an idea, and I want to run this by you guys. Because we're going to be back from Dev Connect. Literally, this is when I think the Scout Game will really start taking action. This is literally Christmas time. It's literally going to run until Christmas, right? So I was thinking maybe, and this is also a technical question to Danny, because I think we still would want to visualize this somehow. But I was thinking if people can participate and the Metopia stuff, if they're, let's say, more on the marketing side and they can participate in the Scout game, right, from a more developer point of view, then maybe those are the two things how we reward the community, right? For being like, because let's be honest, the advent calendar was only ever meant for people who anyway understand Christmas. I'm not one of them, right? It's like, I seem like it, but I'm not Catholic actually. And, for people who I would say like understand maybe some of the the commercial culture behind it. But for people who come from other parts of the planet, they're like, Christmas, what the fuck, right? So since we have a growing community, we might also want to consider maybe doing something different that still rewards the community and ends with maybe an airdrop, right? But maybe for different reasons. So how about we have these two things running, and for the wallets that we can identify as being the most active, we actually do an airdrop for Christmas. That's something that I've been thinking about. Instead of doing a regular event calendar, because we have this exceptional event called Dev Connect this year, which most of us will be attending as well, including partner communities. So instead of like trying to force this up on ourselves and making everyone's life probably hell by trying to do this, why don't we give an airdrop to the people who are participating most in these two events? What do you guys think?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yes. Okay. 2. Danny, Money, Jonathan, thoughts?
You can comment on the chat if you're not able to speak, please. Share
They're
your
like,
thoughts.
I abstain.
They're all just madly typing right now.
It's too bad. This would be a cool I object to your abstain. Money, you're hilarious. Okay, great. That is good news. Okay. Danny, Jonathan, any opinions on your end? Just share them. But yeah, I think that would be nice. I have to run this by Julian to figure out, I guess, how he used to measure these things. And maybe, Ceci, when you're talking to the Metopia guys, you can ask them. And maybe Danny, when you're, I guess this is the easiest one, but when you're talking to Chris, maybe inform him that we want to use this also to make it count for an airdrop. And, just ask him if there's any other information we need. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. We would need from Metopia, like metrics and specific metrics of wallets that have been the most active on the quest on Metopia, right?
Yes, correct. Awesome. I think that's what we need. And the same from the Scout game. I mean, then there's another thing. Because we have time, we can talk about incentives now. That's great. We never talk about incentives. Sorry, Stella, I'm going to have to circle back for a refresher on that because my network wrecked and I missed what you said. Oh, good. Watch it in recording, play to that part, and then then catch up with me on it. But the short way of saying this is ask Chris when you're talking to him that you want to use the Scout game also to measure like the activity from certain wallets over other wallets, if this is a metric that they can deliver to you, because we are planning an airdrop event at the end of the year. I hope that went through.
So I have a couple of questions. Because the Scout game and the Metopia activities are intrinsically incentivized as well, right? Like there's quest rewards for completing the quest as well as Scout game rewards. So this is in addition to the rewards you're already getting. So my question, I guess, is around like the complexity of creating a separate airdrop distribution versus just temporarily boosting the already existing intrinsic rewards. But I can see how the event itself is a different experience, and so having those separations makes sense. But I guess that was just where my mind was going, is like addressing that complexity, the tension there between the complexity and the value.
Also, I would like to add some more measurements, if possible. I would also like to add a measurement for example, attendance of the DAO call, so the people who are minting these badges, right? I would like to add voter participation. This is why I said I need to talk to Julian, because I know it's a fairly complex setup, and I know they have found a way to automate it, more or less, I guess. So I think this is a real topic for Julian specific expertise, because that's literally what they did. So it's not just going to be exclusive to those two events, but those are the two events we are live running, which makes sense to, push them, because ideally this will solve a ton of GitHub issues in just less than a month for us, right? Which would be super exciting. And obviously make our protocol more known with Metopia. And then we have at the same time the RUMS campaign up, meaning generally more virtual or social media presence. I think, how did Ceci put it today? Please quote yourself.
Today, quoted.
Okay, she said all stars are finally aligning. Okay, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Now she's breaking out in laughter.
Yeah, definitely. This is what I was referring to, because everything is kind of aligning, and the fact that it's aligning with these big events and the final months of the year, it's also good because we get to attract more and more. And what we were discussing a bit earlier at the marketing call, we were seeing like the amount of growth that we have been having. This is like the whole logs deployed on Unlock. And on January this year, we were at this stage. So seeing this growth means that people are really starting to use more Unlock, that the marketing efforts that we have made during the year has already giving like results, and we are seeing this. And obviously we want to bring it obviously to a more how can we say, uh, to the broader perspective, and to a broader community, and people that need the protocol, and maybe they don't know that exists. So that's something that we are now focusing, and that's why these activities with Metopia, with the Scout game, can also come and help on that regard. And definitely maybe having, I don't know, projects that use Unlock as their SDK, that would be awesome.
I'm also talking to two projects right now for integrations again. I think both of them are very exciting. One of them, Trix knows, it's incented. The other one is an modular AI tech stack. So essentially the AI could create the NFTs for people, meaning the whole onboarding would just instantly become obsolete, and people could just use Unlock on the back end and just say, hey, AI agent XYZ, can you please, create this log for me on that chain by using this pool of funds, right? And then boom, log made. So if this comes true, obviously we're going to have a party, because that means instantly, I think, a ton of adoption once they start pushing this product out of the door next year. But also with incented, I think it's going to be very exciting. Essentially, the idea is to use it for maybe, for essentially attestations, right? So people have participated in this round, they get automatically issued an NFT as like, check, you've participated in this specific round that, went from then and then, unincented. Congratulations for being, I don't know, maybe a top tier user or whatever, right? So I think that's also going to be an exciting integration. And I actually connected Sven and the RUMS guys to talk it out. Maybe they can also benefit from each other. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, nothing definitive yet. So fingers crossing, and hoping, and a little bit of prayers for those who believe in prayers. Please pray. Other people burn candles, get away the bad juju. And now I'm just making conversation because we're waiting for Evan. I don't know if he can still join. Just send him the link in our Telegram chat. And
Hey.
1, 2, 3. Evan!
Hey, everybody. What's going on?
Hey,
Welcome.
welcome to the Unlock
Hi.
Call.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry to be late, everybody. I was a victim of daylight savings time.
That's totally
We are-
okay.
Yeah, we are all victims of that, so we can share in our suffering together. We're just glad that you could make it.
Me too. Me too. Don't let me interrupt.
No, we were actually just kind of chatting, waiting, running out the clock because, we were talking about relevant, important things. Everything that was said was extremely essential to share. But we were holding the mic for you, so the floor is yours.
Wow, that's great. I really just wanted to come by and say hello to everybody watching now or in the future and introduce myself. My name's Evan, and we had the good fortune to host these wonderful friends, Stella and Stacey, on our episode of the Rise Up Morning Show today, the 400th episode. It was great. And we are working on a campaign to tell more people about Unlock to get more people to start using this. We had a really great conversation that modeled how to create a proof of attendance token. And from here, I'm excited to keep getting to integrate all the different tools of the protocol into the stuff we do. We have memberships. We want to create scholarships. We want to do lots of things. And more than that, we want to introduce these tools to people who can catch a vision for what they do and become the next wave of contributors or storytellers. And so if I can do anything to help you guys, I'm happy to do it, happy to amplify, and easy to work with. So thanks for trusting me to help.
That's
and on behalf
awesome.
of my colleagues, Alex and Will, who couldn't be here, Will is in Japan, Alex is traveling today. They would want me to tell you thank you for them too, because they're big believers. We've been fans of what you do for a while, and to have a reason to just pay more close attention and get involved is really exciting.
That's great.
Thank you.
They were in the audience, right? They were watching.
Yeah, Alex was. I think Will is probably still sleeping right now. He's about 12 hours ahead of where we are, probably trying to catch up.
Yeah, poor.
Yeah, Alex was really bummed to miss it. I actually saw a message from him after the fact that said, hey, will it interrupt things too much if I jump on the TikTok stream just to say hi? And I missed it, but he was there in the comments kind of moderating and helping and experiencing extreme FOMO, I'm sure.
Yeah, totally.
I'm kind of wondering, for posterity's sake, since this is the weekly recorded DAO call, would it make sense to kind of just give a brief overview of what RUMS is and ways that the Unlock community can be, get more involved and engaged with it?
Absolutely. That would be great. The Rise Up Morning Show, that's the acronym for RUMS. But Rise Up Media is like it's a company that does this morning show. We're live Monday through Thursday at, I have to do the UTC math now. I think it's 1 p.m. UTC, 1 to 2:30 UTC. Now that we've switched over to daylight savings time. But when we go back, it'll be 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. UTC. You can remember by 7 a.m. Central US, or just be my friend and then we'll connect about it. But we create live educational content in the mornings and the evenings, wherever you are, whenever you listen, mostly for Web 2 social audiences. We're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook has become quite big for us, reaching mostly crypto curious people, everyday people at all levels of experience who are really trying to wrap their heads around what this Web3, blockchain, Bitcoin, whatever they've heard thing is, because most of them are hearing about crypto in a way that makes them not trust it. You know this. It's notorious for speculation. Our bad reputation precedes us. So we try to put them in touch with a better story about what blockchain actually is, why it might matter to them, whoever they are, on a personal level, and how to start using it safely, confidently. Them are global, truly. Many people based in the US like I am, but we have lots of people in East and West Europe, lots of people in Western and South Africa, especially, several people in South America, many people across the Asian diaspora, all over the world tune into the show, Australia. and they're as young as 11 and as old as 83, but most of them are over 40 years old. About half of them identify as women. And like I say, a lot of them are like level 0 to 1 crypto users who want to know, for example, how do I invest in crypto, but don't know much about self-custody, don't know much about smart contracts. They come to our platform, and usually the feedback we get is, this is the first time I've ever understood what this is. I trust you. Thank you. And we try to take them 0 to 60. You come to a live show, but then you might engage with our recorded content because you want to learn more. And we have community forums, a lot of different stuff that is totally free to join. We have a couple things that people can buy, like courses. We're hoping to roll out a live cohort soon that will take people kind of 0 to 60 through all the skills, something like SheFi does. We're inspired by their model. But if you want to participate and help, the ways I would invite you to do that are, first, to head over to rumshq.com, rumshq.com. It's got all the social links, every audio platform, every social platform. And if you can amplify or engage with our content, that's great. If you're a builder or somebody who has something to share, you want to teach, maybe you're a content creator who wants to amplify this work, or we can help amplify your work. Those are all great reasons to connect. If you're learning or want to go deeper, we have a really great network, not just of beginning users, but builders, people who are movers and shakers in the movement, the Web3 movement. So I would invite you, if that's you, to connect with us at community.rumshq.com. That's like our free forum where people can come, ask a question, share what they know, learn, grow, and we say, rise up together. And the last thing I would do is say, even if you never check out those links, that's totally fine. But if I can do anything, if we can do anything to help you tell a better story, that's kind of our mission. And I think that's really up to all of us. If you're doing something that needs amplification, if you have a question, I'm happy to be here, easy to work with. So if I didn't answer something, let me know, but that would be the best way to actionably get involved with us. We'd really love to see you there. And I often say it because it's true. The only thing missing is you.
Awesome. That's a great tagline. I love that. Thanks for sharing all that. It was very informative. I was, kind of aware of what was going on because of the engagement with Unlock, but it's nice to kind of hear the pitch straight from you. So, very informative.
Yeah, and I would add, Trey, that it really is interesting because though we're proud to have the kind of depth and nuance on our show that people who are native to our industry can really get into and appreciate. We don't have as much reach with the people I would consider our peers and colleagues. And that's primarily because we're focused on we don't spend a lot of time on crypto Twitter because everybody else is not there, the people who've yet to join us. So another way folks could help is if you find us in those spaces and you believe in what we're doing, you can help amplify us and extend your credibility to us by, sharing our stuff, introducing us to a friend, or just engaging. Especially in those crypto native spaces. I think that's the place where we are least well known, and that would make a meaningful difference if we were in touch with more people who are trying to tell this story, because we're so out there doing it. And Triggs, I know we haven't met yet, but it's nice to meet you, and I appreciate the opportunity to share. And just wanted to say thank you, and to everybody who's on the call now too. I really am excited to be able to get in closer with the Unlock community. I know there are a lot of great people who are involved here.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. And it's been great to meet you. And I'm getting the inkling that we'll probably engage and interact some more because what you're doing is extremely fascinating to me. I love the message of going and meeting people where they're at. The fact that you're not active in crypto Twitter is such a high signal, in my opinion, because everybody in crypto Twitter already knows everything about, the crypto world, right? We have to go find people where they're at and meet them there and show them a path to, where we're at here in Web3, and not necessarily crypto Twitter. That's not the destination we want to bring people to, right? We're building, I'm glad that you have this community perspective. That's very much so analogous to the Unlock community and all of the projects that we're all involved in outside of this, right? Building this community of a safe place for people to come and learn and, express their interests and their goals and find collaboration opportunities with other people with shared interests and goals. Crypto Twitter isn't necessarily the place where that happens, but it is a place, like you said, where we have to represent ourselves. So I appreciate that call out as well. It's good for us to share these types of projects in these crypto native spaces so that we can show crypto Twitter that there is actually real world value in this space. And it's not just inside the bubble. It's not just the little speculative loops that we throw ourselves into, right? There's more going on in the bigger picture. And that's what we're all here for.
Yeah, and you all do a really good job. Something that I really appreciate, especially because I've gotten to spend more time with Stella and Cece, is you all seem to really live that, and I think that's great. I sometimes tell people who are learning about it, I say, crypto is so much more than money. It's like a movement, and it feels kind of exclusive because it seems technical, or like you hear about the money part of it, but it's really just so great to see people, all kinds of people from all over, and I think Unlock looks like that. Like I just want to give you guys flowers for cultivating that kind of culture. I'm very excited for, it sometimes seems like we all have our own little pools and we don't connect much, but I just think you guys do a good job of that. So I'm excited to connect more.
Yeah, I know that everybody in the Unlock team appreciates that. It's been a lot of work. I'm pretty new to the leadership of the Unlock community, so I can't take much credit. This actually, the reason why I'm here is a result of everything you just described. Because I very much so believe that this movement that you were mentioning is a culture first movement, right? It's not a tech first movement. And that's why we have to build these communities and really dig into the reason why we're here and not get sucked into just the speculative hyper financialization loop, as attractive and dopamine feeding as that can be. It's an aspect, it's a component, right? But we very much so are a culture first movement. And I love that Unlock really emphasizes that fact and demonstrates that, like you said, Evan, and speak of something. Here he is, Julian. Welcome. We were hanging out for you. We're all here just for you. Thanks for joining.
For some reason, the calendar invite was not updated, and I'm pretty sure it's not updated, Stella. So we should definitely fix this for the future, because otherwise we're going to have.
This is something I cannot fix. I have fixed my calendar invites that most DAO members are on, and I've also fixed everything on Discord. So this is the one that I think Chris embedded eventually on the website.
Yeah.
And that's the one I have no access to. I don't know how to update it.
I'll give you access to that one, because that's the one that's used everywhere. And that's the one that's published on the website and everything. I mean, and we need to.
How do I update it then?
I'll give you permissions. I think that's that easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do it.
I didn't know that you didn't have the permissions for this one. All right. Well, yes.
I don't even know where to access it, to be honest. So yeah. Also, Evan is like, aha, yeah, I'm live watching human coordination problems in the DAO. Yeah, that's absolutely what you're watching live right now. It's like calendar invites, This is where we struggle.
I totally get it.
All right.
Yeah, it's super confusing, to be honest, because Stacey and I, we live in countries that don't have daylight savings time. And then, there's a bunch of other countries who don't have it. And then there's countries who do have it.
Yeah.
So there's always this week where people struggle. It has never been different.
The R doesn't matter as much as, staying in sync, basically. It's like, if we change the R, it's fine. I just want to make sure that people are aware that this changed. I wasn't even aware, but I guess that's my fault. That's why it's important to use the same calendar
on the general chat.
Yeah, but we have a calendar invite, right? That's the point. And I didn't know you didn't have access. You should tell me you don't have access next time. I changed you. You're the owner of it now. So you have full access.
Why am I the owner, though? Okay, fine. Okay.
I guess might as well be you.
Yeah. The question is, should we get rid of the other calendar invite that we have running? Is that something we should get rid of then?
You mean get rid of the one that Chris created that you're the owner of now, or getting rid of the new one?
No, not the new one. I've been running this since over a year. It's actually not a new one.
So then we need to set a new API key. We need a bunch of different things to sync with the website and stuff, which makes it hard.
No. I think we should just use the one that you just gave me access to.
Yes.
And I would just, I will put people on that calendar and will remove my calendar invite. So there is not like two Google Calendar invites because no one needs that. Yes? That sounds like a good idea. Okay, good. Then we're going to do that. Anyway, Julian, meet Evan. Evan, meet Julian. Julian is actually the guy who invented this whole thing. So
Hey,
now
man.
you know.
The Google
Way to
Calendar,
go.
The Google Calendar thing. I wish. Nice to meet you, Evan. Where are you based?
I live in Memphis, Tennessee, in the U.S. What
Nice.
about you?
I live in the US as well, in New York, right up north of the city, basically.
Very cool, man. I love New York. I don't get to spend hardly as much time there as I'd like to, but it's a beautiful place to be.
Today is going to be an important day in the city, I think. So crossing some fingers here.
Yeah, well, I am very excited to have two friends join me on the show today, and then lots more friends to make as I spend more time in the community. But I really can't wait to just dig under the hood and really start to use the protocol and share it with more people who can see a vision for it. I think it's great and have thought that for a long time, but have just, had a long to-do list, and am looking forward to bumping this to the top and getting to spend some time under the hood and clicking around. And if you have questions or need feedback from different kinds of user perspectives, we definitely can share more of that.
Cool. I mean, I don't have a lot of questions right now, but yeah, I'd love to learn more about what you're trying to build.
Well, about 5 minutes ago, I shared just an overview. You can watch it. I won't belabor the meeting to share it again about who I am, what we do at my company. But essentially, we're educators, and I have lots of different ideas. Our community members have lots of different ideas for different kinds of tokens and applications and things they can do. And it probably would be better to catch up on it as we keep going another time. But the long and the short of it is tokens that can help people do things that already matter to them more effectively, which I know you know all about. So it's on me to spend some more time clicking around, and then I'll have better questions to ask you.
That works for sure.
Yeah, we had a good time this morning on the live stream with Evan. Stacey and I were there, and connecting with some new folks. It was quite exciting.
Yeah, we had about 4,000 people come through, and I expect that more people will listen to the show after a number of people have claimed the proof of attendance token we did. And I'm expecting that folks will have more questions trickling in. We'll have more uses. We'll start to play around and test the protocol. And, kind of our goal is over the next couple of months to continue evolving the conversation. I was thinking as I was listening back how nice it would be the next time you come back to talk more about what it's like to structure it out, to herd the cats, to have a token and what that token does and how people can think about that. Just the goal is when you do marketing for crypto companies, it's mostly like, hey, buy this token. And this is going to be so much more about really getting to know you, like you, trust you, the people who are involved. And through that, we'll continue to deepen our understanding of the various applications, not just of this or that particular part of the protocol, but also a properly contextualized solution for scaling the future of the internet that people will know how to use. I have a lot of ideas about it, but definitely open to ways that we can tell that story through conversation or media. I think would be really cool.
Sounds like a plan. I'm open.
All right. Wow.
The links.
Yeah, we've got, it seems like a handful of people have got some good catch up to do on the call. So good thing we've got this recorded. Lots of great content in here. It's been a fun time. We are a couple minutes over the hour, thankfully, because we got to catch Julian. So everything works out exactly how it's supposed to. I love that. Oh, Stellar repping it at the end. Yep. That's
what is this, you guys?
Unlock has got all kinds of tricks up their sleeves, so you never expect to know what is coming.
No, we were discussing earlier on the call that all these merch things that we are preparing for DevConnect and for our merch store. So as you have seen, that's like a little sneak peek of what is coming for that. So yeah, basically that.
Yeah, so to the WEN store, after we're back from DevConnect, I will put tremendous work on getting this part of the new website live, hopefully with some technical advice from Julian and Danny. But we're going to have our very own merch store powered by Unlock Protocol. It's going to show a use case, but I also think this merch is freaking dope. So if you're a locksmith, you probably would want one. So yeah, no worries, money. I know you've had an eye on this chat since I started posting merch updates. And I promise I will make it work to launch it still before Christmas. So it's happening, people. It's happening. And if you see us on Dev Connect, we're bringing some merch for some people who want to do some cool tasks with us and learn about the protocol. So that's another opportunity to get your hands on merch. At least half of the merch. Not everything. The rest is
Basically,
from merch.
you will have, and basically you will have like the alpha of the merch, because as you are listening here, merch store is coming like after Dev Connect. So you may have an alpha on that.
So congratulations, Jonathan.
Yeah, nice job,
That's
John.
such great news. Nice. Okay, because we've been also preparing a lot for Dev Connect today. We went through our very insane calendars. Andrew saw my calendar for Dev Connect during the quick catch-up call we had. He's the steward for finances and resources. And he was like, this gives me anxiety and brings me back to my hardcore working days. Please don't show this. So it's gonna be a very, very busy week. So yeah. Anyways, it's going to be great to have Jonathan and Ceci there with me. So I'm not alone. And maybe Julian will tell us now that his mom is coming. And so he can come to Dev Connect.
That's right. Yay. My mom is landing in 2 weeks. I'll be flying in on the Sunday night, getting there Monday morning, and then spending the week. So yeah, it's going to be nice.
That's great news.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to be... What's that in English? I only know the German one. Quartet?
Oh, I think it's the same in English. A quartet?
Yeah,
quartet?
Yeah.
It's the same word.
I think it works in French, in German, in English, in Spanish, maybe?
Spanish. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but nothing that ever works in German usually works in any other European language. So this is just why I'm surprised. Okay, cool.
Entschuldigung works, right?
Yeah, but what's Entschuldigung in look, right?
It's just in German.
Exactly.
But that works.
Okay.
Stella, there's a question from Evan if the calendar for Dev Connect. I'm assuming you mean the Dev Connect calendar, Evan?
Yeah, I just wanted to know when, for you guys specifically, because I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be hosting, I popped in the link, the main stage at the Sub-Zero Symbiosis event that Polkadot and the other chains there are doing.
Cool.
But it's going to have a bunch of like events. It's going to have co-working. It's one of those. But I want to connect with you guys wherever you're going to be and support your stuff and, get like an IRL selfie. If any of you are not in Tall DAO and you're over 6'3" or over 5'10" as a woman, I will induct you personally into Tall DAO.
Oh, I am in Tall DAO, Evan. I didn't know you were there.
Julian, are you in Tall DAO too? No way.
I've been there a forever thing. I mean, it's kind of muted on my, but yeah, I've been here forever. I see I have 2,000 messages unread because it's a pretty verbose.
I love Tall DAO. I think it might be the best. I'm a part of a lot of DAOs in an ancillary way. It might be the best DAO I'm a part of. I don't know.
I'm sending a high
five. Yeah, please invite Tricks because I would definitely not fit. And Julian has seen me in real life. I'm a tiny freaking person. I come with a big character, but I'm a super tiny person. So I'm not fitting in that DAO.
You're not that tiny.
Short people are usually not proud of being fucking short, right?
Yeah, we'll start a short DAO, and the slogan will be in Tall DAO shadow.
Burn.
Like Ceci is Bolivian, right? And I'm German. So I went very confidently. I went to Bolivia and I was like, I'm going to be taller than Ceci. And even Ceci is taller than me. So I'm just one of the shortest Germans that have ever existed, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I cannot click the Sub-Zero event link. I can get on that one.
Oh, odd.
It picked up
Oh,
Yeah, I
it
picked
did.
up
I see.
something
I
in
see.
front of the
Yeah, hang on.
HTTPS.
Hang on. Here you go. Subzero.gg, basically.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Good.
And it's a good thing, like, they'll have talks and they'll have like parties. It would be a good thing. You obviously have a very busy schedule. Everybody does. But like if you found an event and you had an evening or you needed to chill or get some food or something like that, it would be a good place to like park. Their events always are. They have something going on all the time. They have builders. They have, people passing through. If you're in the mood for a party, if you're in the mood for a chill, it's a good, like, make it one of your hubs as you bob around.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Also, I was just accepted, now that we're bragging about our little events, I was just accepted to hold a fireside chat at Shelling Point. So for anyone who's going to go to Shelling Point, please come and, say hi, right? Also, I can hold it about. So I'm registered with Unlock Protocol DAO because I'm going to talk about, organizing DAOs. So, well, that's all we do, right? So yeah, join that one. Tuesday evening, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be on a venture capital yacht event. Okay, so I cannot deal with you normal people. Okay, bye. I tried sounding like a prick, but I guess not even that can go right. Okay, so anyways, thank you, Evan, for joining. Triggs, will you have the last words to close this call?
I would be delighted to. So yeah, thank you, Evan, for joining, and everyone else who made it. It was fantastic to share this time with you. Always pleasant times with the Unlocked DAO community. Everybody listening to the recording, hope you found it entertaining and informative. And yeah, we will catch you guys all in the next one. Stay active out there. And hit me up for updates for next week and we'll get you on the schedule. So remember, next week's call is going to be the short call. We're not doing the full panel. So we're going to pick top three updates for next week to keep it short and sweet. So yeah, send your stuff and we'll get the gauntlet going. We'll see who wins most important update for next week. And that's it for this week, guys. Enjoy yourselves.
Awesome. See you guys.
Bye, friends.
Bye, everyone.